What's going on, everybody? So, starting a new, continuing a stream from last night. Let me start this up here so I can read what you guys are saying. Um, Before we begin this stream, I wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm installing this new thing that I think you all should. I'm going to do a video on this that I think you all should be getting. It's free, so you don't lose anything. If you run Windows, which probably 99% of you are, or over 90% of you guys are, there's this guy named Chris Titus. Let me show you him. I literally been following him for like 5 years. He knows the ins and outs of Windows. He's a highest level is senior infrastructure administrator, network administrator, is basically a master of everything Windows and mostly of everything Linux. He also developed a number of applications. One of them being this WinUtil. That's the name of the application. And let me show you where the page is. So where's this thing? So it's this one. No, it's not that one. Should have had this. There we go. Okay. So if we go to this site here, right? Chris Titus at GitHub. So just copy this, right? After this stream, I'll put this in the notes. But copy this is a free download, right? Here's the notes. As soon as you, or you could actually just go into your PowerShell, read these notes, pause the video, read these notes. You go into PowerShell, copy and paste this, and then as soon as you do that, this will pop up. This will clean your windows out. Now, I can tell you as a former Microsoft employee, Microsoft tracks everything you do on Windows. So every keystroke you take, including your credit card number, your social security number, everything you type in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. If you're owner of a business, yeah, that might give you some concern because we don't know if Microsoft sells that information. I wasn't able to find that out while I was at Microsoft, but it's a possibility that they might sell that information to competitors. So if you're a small business or a business that has competition, you know, anyway, so you can go in here and you can disable telemetry, game DVR, because Microsoft loves to turn on Xbox. I don't know why. Microsoft turns on Windows fax. Who's sent a fax from Windows in the last 10, 15 years? Um, but you can go in here, you can add detailed B-side, which is a blue screen of death. So instead of it just saying, hey, by the way, I crashed, I want more information than that. You could do that. You could deep load Edge. So, wow, I didn't know they do telemetry out of PowerShell. Interesting. Run disk cleanup. Disable Wi-Fi sense. What is Wi-Fi sense? And I love that it also goes over here and it says Wi-Fi sense is a spying service that phones home all nearby scan. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And trust me, Windows has a lot running in the background for telemetry. A lot. So I'm gonna run these tweaks after the game, but I just want to let you know if you want to follow him, he's really great on YouTube. But yeah, I highly recommend it. And then he also has this other app called MicroWin, which is the reason why I downloaded it. Yeah, it also removes deeper telemetry and bloatware inside Microsoft apps. Microsoft, like I said, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all that, they copy everything you do. So you want to get this, clean out your windows as best as you can. You know what's crazy? I told my company about this. I was just like, hey, we should probably run this because like we're sending computers out to people that like when you I know hasn't been, how do I say, cleaned out the Windows image because literally people will get the computer and they'll have Xbox, the first thing that loads up, and it's just like, yeah, you know, we're in the healthcare industry. The last thing you probably want to do is have Xbox pop up as the first thing, you know. So it's just, yeah. Let me go here. Why is this constantly crashing like that? All right. So be sure to do that. Get Microsoft off your back, because trust me, they are in the telemetry game. They basically are becoming like Google, if not are there already. Um, when I was at Microsoft, I remember there was discussion about Windows Mail, right, or Outlook. They were going to put ads in there, in Outlook or Windows Mail, whatever. So you could imagine. I forgot why they didn't at the end. I think it was because I mean, I forgot what the reason was. This is like 7 years ago, but that was something hotly debated in Microsoft, and for them to consider putting ads in Outlook, right, Windows Mail, for operating system that you pay for, right? Like, say what you want about Apple, but like with Apple, you pay a premium for their products. I mean, not really. You can get a Mac Mini for 499. That's more powerful than pretty much every laptop, and it's a beast at 499, right? Educational store. Um, and there's no ads. There's no ads in Mail. There's no ads in Safari. Microsoft charging $200 for Windows and gonna put ads in there. Anyway, last I left here, the Confederates Hampton Division whipped me pretty good. I lost I think about almost 2,000 men. No, I lost 1,000 men. Uh, I'm not gonna remove this guy from command because unlike the last guy, I forgot the guy's name, Patterson, he actually fought Royal Navy to avoid American ports. Oh, I wonder if I can like use the diplomacy side to this diplomacy thing here to work with England to like not trade with the Confederacy. I wonder. This will discourage European trade fleets from helping. It will infuriate European leaders as it threatens. Oh, Chancellor intervention -20. Trade with Europe. Letters of marque. Ooh, I might do that. Might do that. What does diplomacy really give me though? I was hoping that I can like work it out with the instead of having to do a blockade. It would have been really cool if like England would have been like, all right, we agree, we're not gonna. But Confederate invasions, you got those two. I got a Union invasion, which we're going into here. We took. Did we take? No, St. Louis is still not ours. How long is it gonna take you to take St. Louis? Look at this, capturing at 23%. My gosh. And then I got the Army of the Mississippi here. I don't know why I created this in Illinois. I don't know why they named it Army of Mississippi. Uh, and it's at 3,000 men facing down 18,000 men. It's always nice to have those kind of odds. And if you're new to this stream, just to give you a heads up, the reason why things are so like this in terms of numbers is because I did not recruit soldiers um, until like 14 days ago. And some of you guys might be like, why? They were 3-month contracts. So by the time these guys got out of basic training or whatever, they would have been good for a month or two. Um, I waited to use all those volunteers that I had that were waiting to join the union. I got my 12-month contracts, and then I volunteered them or let them join the army. So now they're all forming up, and I'm hoping that what's going to happen is, oh gosh, it's going to take 3 months. I wish there's a way to like reduce down the. Let's check this out. How can we determine how long the basic training is? No. Dang. That's one thing that they missed adding into this game. That would have been a good DLC thing. To give them like a 2 week basic training, 2 month basic training. And this happens during war, right? Like during non war times, right? U.S. Marine Corps training is 12 weeks minus, actually 13 weeks because it's 1 week forming week. You still get yelled at and all that stuff. But during war, right, they reduce that down because they need bodies. I'm wondering if there's another way. Read board. See, I had automate weapons purchases for like a month at 826 pieces. I was hoping that it would, but it's not. The AI is not building it either for me. I don't know why. I mean, I have everything to build the weapons. I'm assuming, right? I mean, there's factory manufactories, and I built a bunch of stuff already. Like I have more ironworks here. I have forges. So I'm trying to wonder, like, what am I missing to build? What does this do? Maybe I'm missing lumber mills. I mean, I think I have everything, right? The U.S. is not missing like one big thing. Do I have lumber mills? Let me. Uh, can I? Oh, it's not gonna let me. All right, whatever. Because I have a feeling if I'm missing one thing, right, in the development process of a rifle, right, they're not gonna let me build it, which would be kind of weird not having that one thing, right? I'm sure that. So I got mines, I got coalfields, mines, I got foundries, I got ironworks, I got an armory. You know what I'm missing? How is this not possible in the United States in 1861 not to have lumber mills? Because you need this, right? Because obviously a musket has wood in it, right? How do you not have lumber mills? That's what I'm missing. That's why. Stunad. Dude, if I go into the history books, whatever, I guarantee you that I could find lumber mills in the United States in 1861. I know I can. But it's okay. I'm going to build two. And that's probably why. But then at the same time, it's like, all right, well, we can import wood, right? Because other parts of the world has wood, right? I'm trying to put it somewhere where there's a lot of wood. Harrisburg. All right, so I got two lumber mills. What am I else am I missing? Let me see if there's brickworks. So brickworks is gonna look like that. I got a lot of iron and stuff, so I'm missing those things. So I don't have any brickworks. How does how's that possible? That like these vital things I don't have. Like these are not abnormal things. I'm putting it at capitals, so because I know that wherever there's a capital, there's going to be a workforce. I don't want to go through the whole. There are factories. I know there are factories, right? Tell me there are factories. Coal mines. Factories are going to look like that. No. Foundries, lead, armor. I got an armory. Mines, coal mines, ironworks. I got a lot of mines. So there's no factories. This is some weird stuff. Okay. Whatever. I guess we're building factories then. Let's do Philly, baby. How are there no factories? Like, I can't get beyond that. You're telling me there were no factories in the continental United States during these years. I mean, I don't want to put it too close there. Harrisburg, right? Put some stuff there. Let's do New York. I know New York got a long. All right, and then I know I didn't see. Oh my gosh, all these stuff. I didn't even see it in that. I know I didn't see any mills, so I need more mills too. So I need mills. This is getting very Victoria-like ish. I don't know, Victoria 3. If you guys play that game, I'm gonna put it in these. Maybe this is a good reason why I lost the last game. I didn't check on these small little things that I'd be like, hey, I think I have this. I don't think I need the other thing. All right, I guess I'll make one of these. All right, so I'm building a lot of stuff. I'm hoping that changes things because daggone, man. And look at my credit rating. The amount of bonds I'm going to issue because of that. I think my credit rating is go down to C because I just literally formed up like 100,000 men or something like that. Lincoln's army. He's at 2,000 men. He's at 7,300. So it's growing, slowly but growing. They have this little town, it's fine. I'm going to move to Frederick. And I'm going to set up defensive fortifications there. Because that is the way to get to Baltimore. Baltimore is more. And look at this. Check this guy's out. All right. Today, U.S. issued $25 million in bonds. I think I went from double B plus to just B plus. And my interest rate now is 10.2. Wow. Ooh. I skipped I skipped double B minus. I just went down like 2 credit ratings from that massive influx of purchasing power. These guys are stuck or something? What's going on? And then my campaign to take Savannah failed miserably because that freaking fort there, man, it stood. He's at 3,000. Come on, get those new recruits. He's at 7,300. 9,000. It's gonna be months, man. And the Confederates have an advantage. 7,000 here, 17,000 there, 4,000 there. I'm done spending money. Geez, my credit rating went down even further. Below B minus, the Congress won't allow to recruit further troops. I am done. I'm at B minus. Yep, dunzos. And 36 days to the next one. Oh my gosh, this is not good. I don't have money to build anything. Congress is going to be up my. Congress is like, why are you spending so much money? I'm like, well, we're in a civil war. You know, I just want to point that out. These guys are not taking on supplies. They're at a naval port. I don't understand why. Do they have to go back to their home port up here? Like, Baltimore is a key port. So is Annapolis. Heck, the Naval Academy is at Annapolis. Let's see if that makes any difference. Man, I'm really on the defensive, which is not good. Alright, I'm gonna send those guys north because I 7 guns, 7 ships, 50 guns. I'm hoping this fixes it. It doesn't look like it is. Oh, there's another fleet here. I didn't even see that. 16 ships. I didn't even see them. Oh, a number of them are disabled. Okay, that's not good. And they don't have any provisions or anything. Why is there no provisions? That's my daughter in the background, if you guys are wondering. She is a little loud sometimes. And these guys can't even move. They have no fuel. Is the supply lines cut? Like, why? Man, we are in really bad shape. Oh! Oh, did you... I did not even see what they did here. They moved the Army of Tennessee, 20,000 men, against my 1,500 men. Well, I'm gonna... Harney, you're done for the day. I just give you... crap. And the reason why he's done is because he should have at least fought. Or at least given me the, hey, like, hey, by the way, there's 20,000 men here. So while he's doing that, this is the way that I'm going to be able to kind of keep the Confederates on their heels. Is they're hitting St. Louis. I'm going to move in and invade Bowling Green. And by doing these things, I'm going to get the Confederates to change their plans. And what I mean by that is, like, this unit here that's occupying Union territory, they're going to move here to engage us. Obviously, I'll move out before they do that, but it's going to have them, you know? So that's what we want. For at least 3 months, because for some reason, basic training is 3 months in the Civil War. I didn't know it was as long as the Marine Corps. Alright, I got 12,000 men. 13,000. Okay, good. So, is it the artillery that's taking that long? I don't know. I got 9,000 here now. And you, sir, hereby relieved of your command. Yeah. Just to give you a heads up, I'm doing a new stream. My whole family's in the living room and in the kids' room next here. So if this is too disruptive, let me know. I will figure something, move the desk somewhere in another room. I have an office in my bedroom, but I'm there 7 days a week. 5 days a week, excuse me. So I don't want to. stay in there. I can't believe I don't have. Did I just demote him? Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna have to learn the hard way, my friend. I wonder if that's gonna create one of those feuds. Yeah, I'm out of troops. Look at that. Connecticut, I'm gonna call up the 2,200 men from Connecticut. You gotta wonder how these guys who have one skill are able to get to like colonel level. I'm just kind of curious. This is infantry, good. All right, and then let's do some. So you guys noticed I was sick the last couple of days. Feeling a little bit better though. I think antibiotics are helping. My son's now sick, so so this strep throat literally is just circling my family like nonstop. No, 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 not that way. No, not that way. You stew not. You freaking. I can't do that. I can't deal with this. I had it go here. Then it went said okay, we'll go from here. And then as soon as I clicked that, well, what the heck is he doing? Come on. Oh, they're moving Army of Shenandoah north with 10,000 men. So they're 10,000 men. Okay, so they're moving Jackson to tackle on McClellan. McClellan now is up to. No, he doesn't have. Okay, so I got 16,000 men here now. So there's 17,000. I have 18 guns. It's time to retake Union territory. I got 15,000 men here. We are going on the offensive, gentlemen. We're going to hit the Confederacy at multiple angles here. We're gonna make them sweat a little bit. Yeah, 4,000. They only have Ewell's brigade there. Excuse me. So this is gonna be. Why would they put 4,000 men only in Manassas? I don't understand that. I found out something interesting today. The and this didn't hit the news. I had to find this out from Neil deGrasse Tyson, Star Talk. Go on YouTube, Star Talk. Neil deGrasse Tyson, watch it. So for the last 10, 15 years, or 20 years, whatever it was, actually goes down to the 90s and 80s. Anyway, so when we found Neptune, right, Neptune's orbit wasn't normal around the sun. So everybody was like, all right, well, because it's not normal orbit, there's something pulling it from here. So they were like, hey, we found another planet. I'm sorry, it was Uranus, whatever, and then Neptune. And it was like, hey, Uranus is not going correctly, right? So they're like, Neptune or whatever the other planet next to it, it must be affecting it. So they found Neptune, right? And they're like, all right, we found another planet, but this one is not going the way it's supposed to. They're like, all right, so there must be another planet after that. So they found Pluto, right? And they're like, okay, it's still not moving the way it's supposed to based on gravity. So there must be something beyond Pluto. Now, if you guys remember, in the last 20 or 30 years, everybody's been talking about Planet X or something beyond Pluto, dark matter, whatever. So they discovered that the observatory that was said that Uranus or Neptune, whichever planet it was, his orbit wasn't right, had maintenance done, and they forgot to calibrate whatever the telescopes, and that led to false readings that everybody went based upon. And turns out when they corrected those false readings because they didn't, recalibrate after the maintenance, Neptune's orbit was fine. Uranus's orbit's fine. Everything's fine. So there's no planet X. And that planet X, everybody was always worried about, is like, all right, so there's another planet out there. We still haven't found it. What's there? Like, is it? And there's a lot of like conspiracy theories of what is at that planet. Um, well, well, people don't have to worry about it anymore because there ain't no planet out there. All right, so I have the full army, 15,000 men. I got I only got 4,000 men. So what am I thinking I'm doing here? Because they're 4,000 men. Technically, if they're good, they can actually stop me. They can put some troops here. Um, if I go and be like a Burnside and just go straight at him, I'm not gonna do that because it would be insanity. I will send the main force here though, and I'll send a flanking force like that. So I'm gonna send my best man. Who's gonna be my best man? Oh, 200. Jeez, how do you have only 285 men? I guess some people are still. All right, so I'm gonna send. I'm gonna put 5,000 men forward, right, and then Heinzelman, who's I know really good, right, professional officer. He's gonna be my man. That's gonna. Jeez, you have one guy in the whole sixth division. And Bernard. I'll do that. Okay, let's get it started. Oh, this is a meeting engagement? Seriously? I thought it was an attacking engagement. How is this a meeting engagement? I'm the one that. Okay, whatever. Alright, so I'm going to issue orders. The man of Sumter is going to move forward, the commander of Sumter. And I'm going to have him move forward. I'm going to have this flanking guy come up this way. Since it's a meeting engagement, they're going to move out, which is absolutely stupid if they do. But never underestimate the AI. Now, the question I have for you guys is what happens when ChatGPT gets incorporated into games? Huh? Huh? I think at that point we're going to be like wishing, right? Wishing for a human player because we're going to get our rears handed to us each time we play the game. Oh, I just found a bug. If you hit the up down arrow key, look what it did to the. Didn't redo the error. But if you hit the up down arrow key at a certain point, it will. You saw it whited out the entire. Oh, some of these guys have mixed rifles. Bloody son of a fracker. How did I could have sworn I went through everybody. So you're not going into combat because you have mixed rifles, and you guys, no. Last thing I need is guys with muskets from the Revolutionary War in this. Heinzelman is gonna push forward, and we're gonna do it the double quick. Okay, you need to double quick. Yeah, you guys gotta get out of the way because please tell me you have rifles. Yes. All right, So their lead division, 20 bucks. It's Yule. Yeah, it is Yule. Uh, Actually, you guys could slow down. I want you to get there. And their training is poor. You could see everybody's training is poor. They need to develop like a thing in this game where you can I forgot what other game it is. It's hard to iron, right? Where you can actually have your army train while they're not actually engaged in battle. That's the one thing missing in this. Like, do a McClellan, where you just train the army, so when they actually go to war, their training is not poor. And as far as I know, there's no way to do that in this game. There's a few things missing. We need a DLC for this game, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. And I'm wondering if the developers, when they make the American Revolution or Napoleon or whatever, I know they're doing something in the 19th century because you can't just translate this engine to World War II, maybe World War One. So it has to be something in the 19th century. I doubt they're doing American Revolution because Ultimate General already did American Revolution. You're already saturating the market if you're doing that. So Napoleon would probably be the game that they're probably aiming at, is because there hasn't been a Napoleon game. Like, there's not Napoleon Total War 2. The last Napoleon Total War came out, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, somewhere around there. So we're due. Um, and if I was on that team, I'd be like, dude, as much as I'm not a big Napoleon Total War or Napoleon warfare as other conflicts, I that's what I would have told the team. I'm like, if we want to make the most money, hit Napoleon Total War. Excuse me, Napoleon Grand Tactician Napoleon, right? Because you can bring much of what this engine can do to another conflict. Add a couple more features, maybe naval combat, you know, and rake in the dough. Honestly, and I'm not trying to seem like like greedy or anything like that, but the developer needs money. They're not like a triple A developer. Excuse me, triple A publisher where they have a war chest of $1 billion, right? Like, every game they make, they have to make money, and so they have to make money off every game they make. So you can't just make a War of 1812, put your entire budget into that, and then expect a return of like, hey, we put in $1 million into this game, we returned 500,000 in revenue. Uh, on Steam, Steam takes 30%, so it's not 500,000. You know, you took a loss and you're in debt. If you make Napoleon, and just by changing the conflict, right, you'll go from $500,000 revenue to 4 or 5 million dollars. At that point you're have profit. You can make a DLC. You can go back and take some of the features you made for Napoleon, make a DLC for this game, and then at that point rake in some more money from Grand Tactician Civil War, add some cool features to it, and then start looking at a new title. And at that point, you can, if you want, hit American Revolution. What the heck are you doing? You see how the AI sometimes acts weird? Who are these guys? They're in like white suits. They're in Confederate suits. That's weird. Whoa, this is a big division, man. I got some art coming up. Why can't they correct the orders? I told them to go here. They have to go all the way to their first assigned position and then go back. Like, whatever. Where are you going? Is this game getting more buggier? Like, honestly. Or is it, I don't know, is it because their training is poor? I don't know. Ah, your mother's uncle. I told him I didn't want them to do that like that, but whatever. It's. Gosh. Yeah, there needs to be some fixes in this game. I mean, I love this game, don't get me wrong. Like I said, best Civil War game ever you could ever play. But there needs to be fixes, you know? I really wanted to be on the defensive so I could take the least amount of casualties, but whatever. I'll just. This is not going out the exact way I wanted it to. Look what it's. Look. Oh, come on, man. There's got to be better. Come on, no. Just cancel this. Dude. Alright. There's got to be a way to cancel orders. Seriously, on a strategic and tactical map. Like, they shouldn't have to go all the way here and then reorient themselves. I think the only way to fix that is if you click the commander and click, yeah. Okay. Ooh, I got the best of the best at the front. I already routed one Confederate army brigade. Oh, it was a detachment. I thought I routed a brigade. Nah, it was a detachment. I was being overzealous. Come on, guys. You gotta. Americans are dying. You gotta get to the. There's no time of freaking walking. Yeah, let's get out of cover. I'm always like in the long street frame of mind, you know? I can't. You gotta be. I gotta be in the Jackson frame of mind. Attack! Attack! Although Longstreet was technically right, you know, and more, I think, loved by his soldiers, because from what I know about Jackson, his troops didn't like him too much. I mean, they loved him for winning, for, you know, the victories, but he was rough on them, like rough. General, you need to move your troops. You have 1,700 men. I'm relying on them to be the flanking force. Otherwise, it's 5,000 men against 5,000 men. And we know what happens when there's 1-to-1 odds here. Let's rip up those cannons. These are 24-pounders. Make the ground shake. Oh, I don't think they have... I don't think the angle is right. No, they have to be on this hill right here. Alright, can we do... bombardment? Load it up. Come on, Captain. I want to see those guns firing. Bombardment shouldn't have to worry about line of sight. It's basically almost like mortars. From what I'm understanding. And look how slow he's going. Ah, I don't like those casualties. My flanking force is taking their time. You need a double time, my friend. I'm gonna give props to Heinzelman, man. He's pushing it in. It says it's bombarding, so I'm assuming it's firing. I'm gonna look at these things 48, 64, and 16. I don't see anything shooting, so that's concerning me. Alright, we're gonna move you guys. Jeez, you can hear the freaking fire. And I think I have better rifles because they took 300 losses and I took 209, so. And we're going to go into medium range. I'm going to tell the whole brigade medium range. It's going to cause more casualties, but I can hit more of them accurately. Dude, I sent this division to do the flanking. Look how long it's taken them. I'm not putting these men in command. I'm not in the mixed muskets and a musket. No, no, no. Oh, crap. Sherman's about to break. I'm going to issue a fallback order. Last thing I want to do is have them break. I don't want Sherman to break. He did a good job. He did a good job. Good job, boys. Good job. Alright, so we're going to fall back here. See, this would be a lot easier if... These guys are very tired. This would be a lot easier if everybody showed up on time. But, you know, that's warfare, you know. Like, I think the old military general quote is... I forgot which general said it. Maybe Napoleon. I forgot. But this is... What is it? A plan gets undone as soon as the battle commences, something like that. And basically means your whatever you planned out literally falls apart the moment the battle begins because whatever you expect to happen doesn't happen. So you have to innovate. You have to adapt. See, I issued orders to the division commander for everybody to go to medium. He was supposed to pass that order down to everybody, but apparently he did not. Dang, man. To get a good... I can't get good range on this artillery. I think they're at the top of the hill. That's the problem. Alright, good. Sherman's good. He knocked out a lot of guys, so he did take 200 losses, though. I don't like that. And you got Ewell's brigade there. They're about to break because they're about to be face 3 brigades head on. Dude, I'm going to give a promotion to Sherman after... not Sherman, Heinzelman after this because he did some good stuff. Sherman will probably go to division commander, and then Heinzelman... I was going to say corps commander, but they ain't no corps yet. The enemy's retreating, sir. Dude, you guys are late to the party, man. Late to the party. Now, if I do a charge, I want to take these... I could have sworn I did not do order delay. when I started the game. Because now, to issue a charge, the division commander has to send it to this guy. I have to wait. And you can see this little horsey guy taking his time. Take your time, take your time. It's okay, take your time. The enemy's gonna wait for us. Don't worry about it. Oh no, they're really not waiting for us. Now they issue the order. The gun icon switches to saber icon, but then goes right back to gun icon. So that's great because I can't charge. You literally have 1 second or 1 millisecond. I'm gonna send some troops out to get those guns. Ooh, Schneck almost. I mean, man, these guys just losing one heart. They start. You see? I think the beginning of the war is probably the hardest because your guys are like. All right, cool. So I just picked up. How many guns did you pick up? 4 guns here, 4 guns. So I picked up 8 more guns. How the freak does the Confederacy afford 24-pounder guns? Dude, the Confederacy is supposed to be poor. Maybe not at the beginning of the war. I don't know. To me, it's just shocking because I'm like, I thought I had the big guns, and they're like the, you know. All right, so we'll do 20 times. It was meeting engagement, then it switched to defend your position. So I lost 509 men, or 510. How the heck did this is 509? Did a leader die? They lost 900 men. So, federal a major victory? You consider 900 Confederates KIA or casualties a major victory? You know, one thing I'm really excited about, guys. Ooh, Grumpy Gumta Gaming says you can use the left alt key to issue change orders. Ah, thank you. I wish they made a GUI button though. You know, because I'm not a hotkey kind of guy. I don't know why. I should be a hotkey kind of guy, but it's hard when you're on 3 OSs, right? Like my 9 to 5 is Windows, right? So I need to know hotkeys for Windows, so control all this, right? And then my Mac I use also every day for the military news that I do. So I use my Mac, I use Windows, and then when I'm done, I go to my Linux machine on Fedora OS, and then I have my own shortcuts there. So it's a lot. Anyway, uh, oh, I capture rifles and guns. That's good. It says 3 guns. I'm hoping that's 3 on top of the 8 that I already took from them. So please tell me I have a lot of guns. Oh, I got 30 guns. Oh man, that's good stuff, man. All right, I'm gonna go after them here. I issued orders to go there. Very good. It's beautiful. That's what I like to see. How are you doing here, my friend? You're at 10,000 men. Oh, they are crossing. You see? They're gonna cross over into Illinois. And I don't think these 1,500 men is gonna be able to. So I'm gonna pull out of there. I was hoping that. Dang. One thing I'm really excited for though is the 2025 next year. Ken Burns' The American Revolution's coming out, and I cannot wait for that. Actually, I'm gonna pause this game, guys, because this is something I need to check. And yeah, all right. Ken Burns' American Revolution. I've been wanting this to happen since the Civil War one. So, all right. That's all the information that we have. Okay. Ooh, okay. On his forthcoming Revolutionary War project, busting 1776 and looking afresh at George Washington. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do a video on this on my channel. But I was hoping there was gonna be like a trailer or something. I don't think there is. There's something here. Ken Burns 2024 National Constitution Censor. I'm gonna take a look at that, but I was hoping there was like a 5 minute trailer, but there is not. All right, so I kicked some Confederate rear. Their Army of the Potomac fell apart, and I'm chasing them. All right, I think I need to capture Alexandria because I think I do need to as a supply zone. I know I could probably leave a portion of the army out, but I'm not going to do that. Last thing you want to do is take a small army and split it into smaller pieces. I know what you're going to say. Lee did it, but I'm not as brave as Lee. I am not as brave as Lee. Let's get that straight. I have a feeling he's going for Springfield because I think Springfield is the capital of, or is it Chicago? One of those two. I mean, Chicago's more important, but where's this? Oh, okay. So I got 16,000 against 16,000. Dang, I thought he was down to 14. I got 6 guns. He got 16. I thought, and the army has low morale. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Dang it. Okay. I'm gonna deploy to defend. Deploy to defend. All right. I guess withdraw. Dang it. Whatever. I thought they were in better shape. I'd said withdraw, not retreat. You stew nod. Dang it. Dude, I'm about 1 point from removing you from command. I expect, like, you show up to the battle with low morale. Come on, man. How? Okay, so he has something. Okay, so now there are provisions and stuff. So they are taking provisions. So, excuse me. I'm gonna check out the finances, military situation. All right, I'm gonna check out the weapons. If I can buy myself good weapons, reboard muskets. I got 0 pieces, and I still can't build any weapons. Come on, guys. You know, I'm just kind of curious. That Hampton division I showed you before, that was the division assigned to guard Richmond. I don't know if you guys are looking at the map, but there is nothing between me and Richmond. So I am very tempted right now to take Alexandria and rush down to Richmond. The problem being with that is that leaves my capital open for them to come up. So I need another army. I need another army to guard here. 5,000 men should do it. So let's do something like this. You're not going to go this way, right? Please don't tell me you're that absurd. Um, McClellan gets there with 2,000 men. I can maybe have McClellan head to Richmond because I really don't want to lose the capital. Because yeah, you don't want to lose the capital. I have the army of 10. I am changing the name of this army. Why would you name it? How do you change the name? Like seriously, how do you change the name of an army? There we go. Army of. All right, I don't know how to spell Illinois. I'm gonna call. Hi. Can you give him M&Ms? Mommy's gonna give you M&Ms. Okay. Yeah, he's actually gonna take the railroad. Like sometimes the AI drives me nuts. Okay, whatever. Let's see if it works. It's not, but let's see if it works. See, if I was the AI right now, like what I would be doing. Oh, 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 he's moving. I don't know where he's moving to. I would be moving, yeah, I know, to Gettysburg, because then I would be able to move to Harrisburg and then there. That's what I would be doing, but he looks like he's falling back. And then putting 10,000 men between me. Okay, that makes sense. That's okay. Is he going to engage me? Or he's just going to stand outside? Oh, he has two armies coming after me. Oh, I like the aggressiveness. I like the aggressiveness, my friend. Alright, so I'm going to send the Department of Pennsylvania. I don't like that name. I'm going to call it the Army of Pennsylvania. It sounds better, doesn't it? Come on. Alright, so I'm going to have the Army of Pennsylvania. Still says department, but whatever. Hopefully it changes. There we go. Because they're gonna have two armies hit me. One with 10,000, the other one with 17. So 27,000 against my 14,000. But once this guy gets there, that should have like a whole Manassas kind of thing. You know how with the trains, planes, and automobiles, I should have numerical superiority. I'm gonna do defend position. Here comes the battle. There we go. So 14,000 against their 26,000 deployed. Yeah, I'm going to deploy to defend. Okay, so now the Army of Pennsylvania is within sight. I'm going to keep hitting it until they get closer. Oh, crap. Did that just... What are they doing? Alright, let's go into the battle. So did they start the battle? Whatever. Anyway, we'll see how this works out. I'm really like I really want to talk to the developers about like what project maybe I can get some tips. But I have a feeling that they're in a cone of silence about what next game they're making. Really hope it's Napoleon for the company, for Grand Tactician, because I feel like that's the way to go. Although I wish it would be War of 1812 or American Revolution, personally. And normally I would probably be like, let's do a poll and find out what everybody thinks. But I'm pretty sure if I make a poll, you guys are all gonna say, yeah, Napoleon. You know, maybe some of you will say the European conflict of the 1870s, where Germany actually took Paris, right? But I think more people are more enthralled with the Napoleon conflict because there were so many battles there that were very renowned throughout history. And you know what's really sad about all this? What's really sad is the movie that just came out last year was so bad. Was so bad. Um, I saw it in theaters, right? And I have Apple TV Plus, right? It's free to watch on Apple TV Plus. Gives you an extra hour of additional footage. And I read or watched a YouTube video where they said even with that extra hour, it's hard to watch. They do provide more, I think, for Josephine in terms of like stuff that in regards to like more clarity on certain subjects. But honestly, like I don't know, like honestly, like when you call a movie Napoleon, right? Like I'm sure Josephine was a very important figure in Napoleon's life. I'm not saying she's not, but I really, I'm not gonna say don't care, but I came to watch about Napoleon, right? I'm sure you guys did too, right? And so like um, when I'm sure I'm sure like yeah, so it's just there's so many parts of that movie was like really good battles. Like half of them were not accurate. I don't understand why they don't bring historians with them. Like, when you do a science movie, right? I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was brought on to some science movies, like, and other astrophysicists were came in on, like movie Gravity with Sandra Bullock, right? They brought in astrophysicists, made the movie great, right? Whenever you do movies on military, right, they bring in historians to numerous movies, right, and it just makes the movie even better because when they review it, they're like, yeah, that's what happened. Yep, that's what happened. It makes the audience go, wow, I can't believe that. Like, wow, I can't believe that happened. Um, so half the battles were not, from what I understand from historians, were inaccurate. Why? And I know that like there's supposed to be an artistic license, but you know, it still would have been like Gettysburg, the movie Gettysburg, based on the Killer Angels, was very accurate. It's very, very accurate, right? One historian put it down to like a 9 out of 10 in terms of accuracy, which is high, right? Why couldn't you do that with Napoleon, right? Just, and I really didn't need to see the scenes with Josephine. Like, no offense, but I'm not interested in a love story there. These guys, I forgot to put the muskets on them. I mean, the rifles. I don't even think I have rifles actually anymore. I have 800 of them. Okay, these guys have it. So I'm gonna move him here. Move him here. Is that Burnside? Yeah, it is. All right, I'm gonna have him come down here to Bowles Ford because I have a feeling they might come through one of these fords. So I'm gonna have him rush over here. Uh, I'll have him follow. Oh, this is gonna be tight. So he's gonna have this full army, right? And then there's another army that's gonna come up. This is way too big of a position, I think. This is the objectives. I should probably form around the objectives, right? But I don't know. It's hard to form a defensive position. Maybe I could have done something like that, but definitely lost this. They're gonna move some units this way, so I'm gonna need an army. So I'm gonna put. These are really not good guys either. Maybe his 5,000 men can hold the ford. I can put one guy there. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll have his good division. Jeez, 2,000 men. That's it. Set up here. And then these guys have rifled muskets, so he's good. I'm gonna put him down here. The Fort Division will be here. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. And then I have, what the heck? How many troops do you have? This is my cavalry. Okay. I mean, I know where the enemy is, so generally I just need the cavalry to cover my flank, so I'll have them cover my right flank here. All right. So what I need to do next is set up defensive fortifications here. So let's build parapets. Parapet's gonna take too much of the freaking cost. So let's do this. Let's do breastworks. Yeah, that pretty much took everything. Okay, whatever. So that gives me good range for the artillery. And yeah, that's gonna give me some good range. There's a blind spot there. That's why I'm okay. That should be good, right? That gives me good range. All right, so that's good. And then these guys, the New Jersey militia, are gonna hold the. I'm gonna have to have them build some parapets here, and then hope. Maybe I'll put the cavalry here. I don't know. This is not the way I want it, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay. So obviously that's not going to come out of the engineering points that I have. So they're going to have to build that. And I think they have enough time. And I have good enough artillery here. I have a feeling they're going to come this way. So I'm going to have my cav, right, cover here. How far can I deploy? I'll put them here. So they're going to hold my flank, which is going to be wide open. I'm going to put him here because he's going to be the first one to engage. Mansfield is kind of, yeah, not useful at this point. I have the 2nd Brigade. They're going to be my official reserve. These guys actually have some experience. So I'm going to have them up here. Do something like that. Move Anderson up here. Yeah, I'll leave you here then. That should be good, right? What do you guys think? Is that a good battle plan, right? They're not going to come from the north, right? I'm going to have some reinforcements coming, so they're definitely going to fill the spots. I have about another 10,000 men coming. 17 actually. So they're gonna. I think the AI is gonna do the most logical thing, which is hit me straight on, right? Unless it's smart, which in this game it's like half and half sometimes. So I do feel that they're gonna send some forces here, and I'll have 2 divisions. Not really 2 divisions, but I'll have 2 divisions fortified up here to deal with that. And then when the reinforcements come, they'll extend this line, and then we can offer better protection in the north. So I think we're good for right now. We're fortified. We're good to go. Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's hope this works. Okay, so I'm going to immediately pause. The reason why I'm going to immediately pause is because I'm going to move these guys here. All right, so I'm going to have this division head up north here, just so this way they don't cross over Lewis Ford and Balls Ford and flank me. I know there's Stonebridge, and I'm not. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, "Dude, you're doing a George Washington at Brandywine kind of thing, where they can come around." Sun Tzu, I think, might have said this. Don't you got analyze your opponent, right? And I'm analyzing the AI. I don't think the AI is smart enough to go across Farm Ford. And honestly, I don't have. If they do, we could just redeploy to hold a defensive action like that. So we'll see how that works out. But I do see them moving toward Balls Ford, so it's a good thing I move Anderson. I'm gonna have him do the double quick. You know what I should have probably done? Put Anderson here because it looks like a good brigade's heading this way. I don't think they're gonna take the bait to cross here. So I'm gonna move one more brigade north. Actually, I moved two brigades north. So this is the center. This is my Rock of Chickamauga, right? I don't think they're going to. This will be the easiest route, and they know they can't do that. Where are you going? You're running away already. Do you guys see screen tearing? I see it. I gotta get. I gotta figure out what that's about. Oh, there's a feud going on with this commander, McCook, and McCook doesn't like Anderson. I wonder why. Somebody look that up. Why is there a feud between McCook and Anderson? That's one cool thing I will like. I do like about this game is um, feuds that actually happened in real life are actually a factor here. What the frack? Okay, and then I have two more brigades heading north with Heinzelman. Since they're not gonna play with us, let's move the artillery north too. Oh crap, there's a bridge here or some crap here. Do you guys see that? I missed that. It's not on the strategic map. There's something here. I might leave a brigade. Just stand by for a second. I need you to. Oh, crap. Oh, I think he said Alt. What was it? You use the Alt key to issue change orders. Okay. Because I don't know if this is a real thing because you see it's like lightly. It's not. It doesn't look like it's a fixed structure. It looks like the enemy issued an order and it's going to be created. Something like that. Ooh, they're moving a whole division against not a division. I'm gonna move him north. Might not be the best option, but I think 1,400 men can hold that stream. Where's my... Please tell me when they show up. You guys gotta move double quick, man. This is not a game. I mean, technically. It is, but... Alright, I got the 1st Brigade rushing into the position. There we go. Hat the double quick, boys. If you guys do hear Paw Patrol in the background, that's my son's. No, 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 you stay, 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 stay. Don't. Do not go forward. I want you where you are. Good, we're pushing Frost Brigades back. You know, I wonder if the AI is. I want to see how smart the AI is. Because I'm kind of curious if this whole move up here is to push my guys from here to come up here, and then he takes 2 or 3 brigades. But I don't even think with 2, 3 brigades he'll be able to do it. The high ground. So he does have 1 brigade heading south. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking they're going to do. If he does, I have a good size force ready to hit him. Smack him back to the Stone Age. Alright. Ooh, this is new. Instruct commander to deploy on the high ground if possible. That must be in the last patch, because I didn't see that. That's something new. I've played this game a lot, like 200 hours or something. Uh, you seem to be walking. You need to be moving. What are you doing? Hurry up. This is weird. I guess being on top of the hill, I don't know. That's weird. Oh, and this, yeah, it's a stream too, so. I have a brigade there. Oh, so yeah, it looks like they. Oh, I wonder if the AI is that smart. Because check this out. They are moving moved 1 brigade and some artillery here. Okay, I'm gonna need those batteries there. I should have probably figured that out before, but whatever. Or maybe transfer them. I don't know. Is that those artillery? This artillery is gonna be a pain in my. Nice. All right, the guns are going off. They can't cross here, right? They're not gonna like go into the river. They already took 100 losses there, 11 there, and they already lost a whole brigade. 400 men. 400 men. They lost a lot of troops. Where are my guys from DC, man? So you can see they're funneling troops as much as they can. They do have a southern army. I don't know where that army is. I'm a little concerned about that. I do see this brigade moving, but I don't think this is a big brigade. Approximately 2,800 men. Yeah, I should have put more artillery. I have these guys heading over here. I hope that it helps. I'm going to leave you in command, New Jersey Militia Colonel. Seems like their flanking maneuver is not coming up to snuff. So now they threw 1 brigade in here. Clark's brigade. Are they firing? Yeah. So I lost 6 men, and they already lost 33. And I'm about to throw in troops from here. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't know if this is a real. It looks like it, but I'm gonna return Sherman back because I don't think that these guys need that much help. I was concerned. I was quite concerned because, you know, I had a whole division heading, like 2 divisions basically heading here. There's something here. Oh, it's Hood running away. Yeah, keep running away. So so there's positives and cons to this. So the AI did kind of, in a way, surprise me in a way, because they initially didn't do the stupid thing, which is hit me all in island 4, which I was kind of assuming they were going to do. They actually did a smart thing and said, "Hey, we'll go and flank them." So that's a smart move. But yeah, I can't fault the AI because they try to come up here. But what I would have probably done is send some forces here and then send some forces here. You know, knowing that I have the numerical advantage if I was the Confederates, I would have sent a division here, division up here, so I would have flanked them and stretched this line thinner and thinner and thinner. Because, like I said, they had the numerical superiority up first. Schnick. Yeah, they're not going to be able to. I have cannon pouring down on them. I have 2 brigades holding this side, so they would have to cross the stream, then go hand to hand. That's not going to happen. You have a feud, seriously? That's 2 people with feuds? Yep, 2. He's getting flanked. Hopefully he doesn't lose anybody. Come on, my friend. I'm getting you guys some artillery, so it's coming. It's just, I don't know where she is. Where the frack's the artillery? There we go. They're tiring. Yeah. You should probably put, I would have probably put 2 or 3 brigades into this. Maybe they could have. And they still have this 1 brigade coming up here. Like it's really going to make much of a difference. Oh, no, 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 no. I wanted you to fire. You have range, right? I see the line. Or maybe there's a blind spot I can't see. Yeah, there is. You see? Dang it. I did not see that before. Okay, my bad. That's my bad, guys. But this doesn't look like 2,000 men. They're all bunched up for some reason. And fire. Gotta love it when the whole line just goes. So I got 1,700 against their 2,700. Technically more because once these guys line up, and no matter, I don't know if they're gonna face here or face there, but if they face here, I can flank. This was a bad decision. They could have used these men against there, to be honest. What the frack are you doing? What are you doing? What did the AI just do on my side? Why did it leave its breastworks? Bugs need to be fixed. Now this unit's getting outflanked because for some reason it decided to go forward. That's just great. And it broke. Tell me that's not the stupidest thing. Tell me that's not the stupidest thing. So it broke cover. Went here, Then because the artillery was firing behind them, now they broke. Richardson, you're done after this. I'm just putting that out there. I don't care if it's the AI, but you, sir, just me over. I cannot believe it did that. See, this is the problem like the AI needs, and this is why the game needs multiplayer. It needs multiplayer because the AI is not ready, even on your ally side, your friendly AI, the AI that's helping you out. It's not ready. How bad is Clark's brigade? He's not even in really bad shape. If they put one or two more brigades into this, thankfully they don't have that. And where are my troops from DC? How long has this battle been going on, man? You, sir, are done. You can consider yourself done. And they already broke down here. They lasted all of what? How many troops did they lose? 400 men in like 20 or 30 minutes. That's like Cold Harbor. The enemy's retreating. Dude, I destroyed two Confederate armies that outnumbered me, I think 2 to 1. How is that? Wow. Okay. Bye bye. That was. I'm sorry, that was kind of easy. I'm just putting that out there. Like I said, I know I'm saying these things that, like that pisses me off. It really did. But like I said, this is still the greatest Civil War strategy game ever made. Does it need fixing here and there? Yes. You're not going to find a better Civil War strategy game. Civil War 2 was my go to all the time, but it's hard to say I'm going to do Civil War 2 when you have a game like this. It's impossible because it's like Civil War 2 doesn't do tactical battles. That's a whole thing. Uh, and it's missing, doesn't have the economic system like this has. There's a lot of things. I want to see the casualty list. I cannot believe they. I just find it remarkable. I how's it 16,000? Didn't they have the other army that was up there? Didn't they bring them into the? So I lost 500 men. 500. They lost nearly 3,000 men. They lost 3,000 men to my 500, basically. Wow. There's no. That's a major victory, right? Please tell me. That needs to be fixed too. How is that a minor victory when when they lost like 2,500 more men than me? Then the last battle, which was a major victory, where they only lost 400 more men. Military experience rises. Grumpy says, based on casualty percentage. Yeah. But casualty percentage is, I don't know. I guess when you're looking at it like a minor battle where, a less than 1,000 casualties on both sides is not really going to make the paper, you know? Unless the general has like some pull. Unless the unless the general has some pull with the newspapers. McClellan. Um, basically, um, to me, numbers is maybe they need to recalculate the maybe they need to recalculate the way that that is done. Oh, okay, yeah, he says it is BS. Yeah, Anna, calm down. They're loud. I think that's how she normally speaks. She is in the other room. You have a loud voice, don't you? What? I thought she says brother. Spider? Oh, I thought you said brother. Spider. Oh, you okay? You okay? How'd you fall? My girl has a loud voice like me when I was a kid, or even as an adult. Major Union victory. So it says, okay, Grumpy, you're completely right, because it says federal minor victory, but in the newspaper it says major Union victory. It's just confusing a little bit. Alright, so I'm almost done capturing Alexandria. I could have sworn, see, the AI didn't do this right. So now they have the Army of the Shenandoah, which hit me, right? 1-to-1 odds, which is bad. Now they have the Army of, well, Hampton, about to hit me. So they just did the worst thing they could do. Is instead of attacking me simultaneously, they're attacking me. Oh, no, they learned. So now they're in really bad shape because now they're at a total of 25,000 men on the this side here. So now I have 20,000 basically, and I have 14. So that's 35,000 men. So they're what, 24? So I have 10,000 men more than they do. Yeah, they can move the Army of the Northwest to support, and that would be enough to help them out. Unless I put pressure here. But there's not much he could do with 2,300 men. I'm going to still push. Once we take Alexandria, we're going to push south. Hey, you're taking your sweet time, don't you? How many troops are in this army? 23,000. Okay, yeah, you definitely need to keep moving. I still feel like I'm short on troops. I ordered so many new troops. I'm still. All right, let me take a look at this. All right, men fielded 78. How do I have less men than they do? How is that? Is that doesn't make sense, right? That does not make sense. I don't know. I'm pretty much out of soldiers that I could put into these armies. So like, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna click on Army of Northern Virginia. I guess maybe because the men are not feel. It says 3 months, so these units are empty. So maybe that's the reason. I'm hoping it's including the men that are in basic training. We'll see how that all folds out. Let's give it its. I thought you were gonna tell me how long. Let's give it another 75 days. See how that figure changes. All right, are you guys good? All right. Oh man, these ships are in still bad shape. Yeah, nobody's going anywhere. Look at the ships at 40%. Push them out into the sea. They're gonna go fall to the bottom of the tub. All right, so he's moving. I don't know why he's moving the Hampton Division west. That doesn't make sense. Why would they move 14,000 men west and then have the Army of Shenandoah, which is only 10,000 men? head south. I don't know what the heck this army is doing. Are they living at the bayou or something? They're in the middle of between. They're not even on a road. They're crossing this way. I hope that's not real intelligence. I hope that's like faulty intelligence. Because if that's a real command and it's really doing that, I'm gonna have to go like do a Picard kind of thing. The meme, you know. All right, so I'm gonna have 19,000 men. The Army of Pennsylvania. Let's go to Fredericksburg, my friends. Actually, stand by. Should I go to Fredericksburg or should I follow the rail? Because the rail is life, right? There is a rail actually going from. Okay, it's no. I forgot there was a railroad at Alexandria. We'll do 2x speed. I'm gonna rush them down here. Take. We'll take that town, city, whatever. Technically, it's a city now. Fredericksburg really grew in the last 10, 15 years. They still have the historical side of the town, but like a mile, I guess, from the town is just like wow. It's like shopping centers of like really modern shopping centers. Anna, come. But you could actually still go to the stone wall. I've been there. Actually, I did had to actually go and put my hand on there and kind of get. There's this. You probably will see it in the game where it has the famous portrait of the Battle of Fredericksburg, where it has the aftermath of the battle with casualties on the field. I was actually at that spot, and it was just very like surreal. When you see a photo 1,000 times, and then you're there, and it's just like wow. It's I kind of get that feeling every time I go to Gettysburg in a way, because like there's so many spots in Gettysburg, standing where literally Chamberlain was. That is something that yeah. Still, I'll be honest. Like I stood exactly where pretty much where Chamberlain was, where the line refused kind of thing, and it's wow. Um, it's a steep hill. It's a steep hill. I think me and my father went from the bottom to the top. And this is when I was young, like a kid, maybe teenager, young teenager, whatever. And I remember and I think I did it when I was in my best shape of my life, which is like less than 10 years ago. Um, and even at the best shape of my life, I was still not coughing, but I was like, not breathing rapidly, but I was just like, yeah, that took a little bit of effort. So just be mindful. And can you imagine doing that while on the fire? Like you got to give these soldiers just wow for doing things like that. Like charging up those things while on the fire. Like you got to have cojones of steel. Like courage beyond courage. Because like I can't even imagine the physical toll, right? Me on top of which you're not being fed properly, right? Like the rations they were getting, half of it was moldy, worms, like water, barely getting water. Like, can you imagine doing all that? I. Patrick says there's a little marker next to the Bryan Barn on Cemetery Ridge, just north of the angle for the 11th Mississippi Infantry, which included a company from Old Miss, the college I went to. Oh, interesting. Some of those guys were even in the same fraternity I was in. Oh, dang. Incredible spot on the battlefield. Hopefully they have anything in that fraternity. I'm hoping that they did like a commemoration, at least like a plaque or something saying, um, you know, men from this university did this on this day, because that definitely gives a lot of prestige. That's definitely something that definitely give a lot of gravitas. I love Gettysburg, man. I'm telling you, I need to go there. I've been thinking about. I'm actually. I have temporary plans or in the works plans to go in November during the Gettysburg Address. They have an anniversary every year, and I think somebody's doing the address this year. I forgot who was doing it. So I'm thinking about going there just for that event. I can visit the battlefield and stuff like that while I'm there. And there's not a lot of tourists in November. And I'm hoping to run into Jeff Sarah because he lives there. He actually lives like right on the outskirts of town. And he visits the town often, does events and stuff like that. Actually, no, I'm sorry, he's not going to be there because I asked him on social media. I was like, "Hey, you gonna be there?" He's like, "No." I think he said no. I think he released a new book, and I was asking him something like, "Are you going to, be available for book signings or something like that?" I think he said no. But you never know. I might run into him because he's literally like walking distance from the town, I believe. So you never know. I might be in a shop and he might show up or something like that. I don't know. It'd be really cool to see him and talk to him again. I always like used to when I used to go to Gettysburg every few months would run into him at least once or twice a year and had my chats with them, which pretty much just revolved around any chance less full measure is going to be made. Um, I can help. I'm an editor. I'll do it for free. And it was basically like, nah, there's no interest from publishers or. Oh wow, that was quick. I already got the town. So right now, there's no one between me and Richmond. That doesn't make much sense for the Confederacy. So I have Alexandria. So I can actually push this way and bottleneck them. You know what I'm saying? Like go here, or maybe actually come down here. If I have him head south, but if they counterattack, I'm gonna need the full 5,000. I think I'm gonna. I'm just gonna see what happens. We'll see what happens. Patrick says generals lost so much money. No way they're gonna do last full measure. Yeah, that's what he told me. Yeah. Thank you. What's his name? Sorry, I'm looking up the director. Robert Maxwell. Yeah, Robert Maxwell. I still like that guy because he did Gettysburg. But yeah, I was told by Jeff Sauer that and I mentioned this in the last stream that the book is very different from the movie, and I didn't know that, and that's why I never read the book. I was like, I don't want no, because the movie wasn't that. Yeah, and I tried to like the movie. It was just you gotta understand. And this is why Gettysburg was so good because in Gettysburg they talk normal. They talk normal in Gettysburg, right? Like you had Jeff Sarah, you had Winfield Scott Hancock, Robert E. Lee. They all talk normal. They had they added some twang sometimes here and there throughout the movie, but it was understandable. Um, I think I need to move my my gaming system back in the room because my kids are loud. um, so yeah, so I lost my train of thought, but basically, in essence, um, oh, okay, thank you. So yeah, and in generals, they talk like in old English, 19th century, which is fine. I mean, if you want to go full authenticity, but you're gonna lose a lot of the audience, right? You're gonna lose a lot of the audience. People are gonna be like, okay. I don't like even in the famous programs by PBS where they have I forgot the name of the show, but it was very popular like 5 or 10 years ago, about 18th century, 19th century England. I don't even think they talk like that during the show. Maybe they did. I'm not sure, but I don't think you attract the casual audience to it. I think people are gonna be like, are gonna be like, are gonna be like, and then also it was too much about Southern, the lost cause in there, and I'm not gonna dive into who I had this conversation with, but people that were involved did mention that you know it being focused on the lost cause uh, did a lot of put a lot of people off, right? Like it was about states' rights. They had the African American cook that served under Jackson, and they put a lot of like the South was trying to defend itself, and that's not true. You know, the South started the war. They fired the first shots at Fort Sumter. I've mentioned it earlier, like in the last stream. If the South honestly just want, I gotta move my stuff in the other room, because yeah, the kids are loud. But yeah, in essence, if the South wanted to really honestly just secede and just have their own thing, they wouldn't have fired on Fort Sumter. They would have just said, all right, because the Union would not have invaded, right? Lincoln would have no cause to send soldiers into South Carolina or the Confederacy. He would have been able to call for volunteers, right? What started the whole momentum was the shots fired on Fort Sumter. It set a fire in the North. The army was raised. Manassas happened, right? If the South was just like, this is my opinion, but if the South was just like, yeah, you can stay out in Fort Sumter, it's out there. We'll have some batteries just in case you decide to cross the river, which Union will never do. And you guys could live out there. We'll be out here, peace, kind of thing. And I guarantee you, year after year will go by, and eventually, like the North, the tension will slowly subside. No, maybe some pockets of violence would have happened, but nothing that would powder keg it. And I think eventually the South would have probably got Fort Sumter back, because in 10, 20, or 30 years, once some economic, trade agreements happened and tensions reduced, that the U.S. military were like, we don't need this anymore. Like, we'll just move our guys out. If you guys want Fort Sumter, just here, take it. We're leaving. Have a good one. Like there was a possible way the South could have seceded and no war could have happened. Um, but they didn't go that route. Baywatcher says, "Yo, yo, Baywatcher. Do you watch Baywatch? I like that Baywatcher. Has so many different aspects to it. Unlike my handle, which is Strategy Wargamer, which doesn't have much depth to it. It's a strategy gamer who plays war games. It took me all of like I don't know. Probably took me actually a couple of days to figure it out. And I'm capturing Richmond now. I'll see what the South does. He's still crossing, which is the stupidest thing. I hope that this is not real. He's taking forever getting troops. He has 17,000. How did he lose 2,000 men? Or was it more than 2,000? And the Hampton Division, which is supposed to guard Richmond, AI had no kind of like response to this. So now I have Richmond, and the war is over, right? Like, oh my gosh, you're taking so long, man. What is going on? I'm glad I got rid of that readiness thing, man. When you play these games, don't allow the readiness to affect movement. Turn that option off. Now it adds realism, but not enough to keep you encapsulated. But yeah, I still want to go to Gettysburg. And I love the drive from, I'm in here. So I love the drive from here up there. There's a lot of traffic here though, especially around here. Well, not too much. Actually, coming south, there's a lot of traffic. But then once you get here, like all around here is just, obviously it's heavy metropolitan. But once you get somewhere right around here, and then especially once you're like right around here, just beautiful, just fields, and lower the windows. Even on a hot summer day, you just smell that fresh air, man. It's just it's one of my favorite things about going to Gettysburg. It's just rolling flatlands, wheat fields. Just it's amazing, man. And then they mow the grass, so you get that. I don't even know what Windows has my time at 1:17 a.m. It's not 1:17 a.m. What the heck is that? Oh, okay, there we go. So that was probably not a good idea because I need somebody to guard Frederick. So head there now. So I have Alexandria. I'm holding here because I'm wondering if these two armies are going to come up here. So I need somebody to defend Washington. I have this army here. So if they do try to come up here and try to cut me off, I could always head down here and get out and then come back up. But I think sacking Richmond is going to destroy morale. And I think that's just going to put me forward. Because once I destroy their morale, which is 90%, I want to see how far that drops. I really would think it's 2024. It's October. Well, going on November. Just Ken Burns, The American Revolution. Why is there no trailer? Come on, man. Just a little bit. I just want a little bit. Yeah, Patrick. He's doing a documentary on the. Patrick says Ken Burns is doing a show on the Revolution. Yeah, so he is so doing. If you go to kenburns.com/film/American Revolution, coming out next year. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be, but I mean from the stuff that I read, I think a year or two ago. It was like 2 years ago actually. It was announced, I think. Um, it's supposed to be comparable or like the equivalent kind of thing of the Civil War. So really looking forward to it. Um, to me, that is going to be sick. I can't think of anything else beyond that. Like what else? War of 1812. War of 1812. Um, or Texan War of Independence. So he still has stuff he could do. uh, Grumpy says they may be waiting for April for the trailer. I would. Oh yeah, that's a good point because April is when the 250th actually happened. So yeah, and I'm gonna be in Boston. I'm going to. I'm hoping to be in Boston uh, on April in April next year for Lexington and Concord. And I looked at some of the stuff. They're gonna have some tours. They're gonna have some special events. I read a few things. There's going to be some really cool events at Lexington and Concord. They're going to go to the actual site where the first shots were fired, the Battle of Concord. But I also want to visit the inn. I actually went to the inn where the militiamen were. before the battle, right? So if you guys are not familiar, just a quick heads up if you're not 100. I wasn't 100% familiar with it until I was told. So the person there when I went for the whole full tour 10 years ago, right? From what I understood was, the British are coming, the British are coming, everybody forming up on the field. That's not what happened. So, and it was not the British are coming, it was the Redcoats are coming. Didn't know that either, but I think it's still in textbooks. They say the British are coming, and it's completely inaccurate because historians said it's more likely they said the Redcoats are coming because they consider themselves British. Um, anyway, so they Paul Revere came by. They formed up. Nobody showed up. Right, the British didn't show up. So they went to the tavern, and they had a couple of beers. Some a number of men went home because they were like, "Hey, we've been waiting. It's been a minute." So some of the men went home. Other men stayed, had more drinks, and had more. So and actually, on top of the drinks, there was a bar also. They serve food. I didn't know that they actually serve food at that place, which was incredible because I don't think it was in history books. But the tour guide, the person in charge, said like this is where they cooked and they would serve these kind of meals. I'm like, that's cool. Um, anyway, somebody spotted the British column. That's when the men came out and formed up. And one historian said in one of the documentaries I watched, said the militiamen, the Americans or whatever, I think he was British, was like they formed up in a kind of pathetic display of force, and I'm like, well, they were drunk. Like, what do you expect? I'm still sick a little bit. Uh, what'd you expect? Like, you know, I mean, if you're like you're on your like ninth, 10th beer, like I'm just glad they got, they were able to walk, you know, and it kind of answers the question that, no British soldier was killed. One got a minor wound. I mean, it makes sense because, like, let me tell you something. If I had 6, 7 beers, and I had one of those big, brown best muskets, I'm probably not going to hit anything. I'm either probably hitting the floor or I'm probably going to be hitting something, I don't know, over there. It's just somewhere in that direction. I'll be lucky I get the round to go in the same direction as them. Um, so, and then that's when the battle happened. And they fell back, and the militia from the countryside came out. But I didn't know that, and I thought that was really interesting. I was just like, Patrick says, "Have you read Rick Atkinson's book about the Revolutionary War? The second of his trilogy is about to come out." No, I did not. In fact, I've been trying to figure out a book to read on the American Revolution, and I was actually going through all these books. I came up with the Glorious Cause. So, yeah, there we go. So this was the book I was gonna, and let me know if this is a good book. Yeah, I figured it was Amazon. It's gonna be the first one. I think this is the book. Yeah. So this is the book that I was planning to buy and read. Uh, Robert Middlecoff. So I was planning to buy this. Oh man, audiobook is only 99 cents for membership. I try not to do that. Um, but yeah, I was thinking about buying this one. It won a Pulitzer. I was a a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. But let me take a look at Rick Atkinson. I'm just gonna copy and paste your text, my friend. The Revolutionary Trilogy. Ooh, I like that book. I remember seeing the cover. I remember. I think I've seen this before. I think I think the last time I was trying to read something about the American Revolution, this popped up and I was close to buying it. So this gave birth to America, features never before told tales and presented both colonial and British perspectives. Okay, I like that. Okay, does it? Where does it end though? So this goes for Lexington to Princeton. Ooh, I like that. Okay, very cool. So I'm assuming the next book is 1777. Princeton was the beginning of 1777, right? After Trenton. So I'm assuming this starts at the beginning of 1777 and goes to, I'm assuming, the Southern War, the Southern Campaign, the big events in the Southern Campaign. Ooh, I might, I might do this now. Excuse me. I am trying to get away as much as I can. I'm trying to go back to the old style of actually buying books and audiobooks. As somebody that worked at Apple, Microsoft, and is still in the tech industry, I keep up with technology, and I realize we don't own anything, right? So you buy a book on Amazon, you buy a book on iBooks. Um, it's technically a license to read the material, right? And you know, if let's say Apple loses the license to a book I read, then I can't re-download it. I'm not sure if that happens, but I believe that that's from the tech podcasts I've listened to. I believe that's the way it is set. If you bought a book, they lose the license. You can't re-download it. Um, if you download it, I think you can still read it. So you want to make backups, but also at the same time, I worry that, like, let's say I download, the British Are Coming audiobook from Apple's iBooks or Amazon, right? I download it, they lose their license, but I can still listen to it. What prohibits Apple, Amazon, or Google, whichever one I buy it from like saying, okay, we set up a new agreement with the publisher, we're turning off that book on your end. And I think this happened one time to me, and this was like I bought a song called "Shine" by Collective Soul back in like 2009, somewhere back in a day, and it was in my bought music. I bought it, right? I spent money on it. I bought the song. And then somewhere in like 2016, 2017, the song was unable to be played. It would skip that song. And every time I would go to my like list, I couldn't like download it. I couldn't play it, nothing. And it concerns me because it's like, okay, even I have to see if I made a backup. That means I would have to go back to like my 2010 backup, find where it is, and see if I could still play the song. So I really get concerned about things like that. So I'm thinking about actually buying the actual compact disc and ripping it and make an audio CD out, audio file of it, because I don't trust these people anymore. Because one thing I learned being 41, being in the tech industry, seeing the way corporate America is. Um, it used to be about like a lot of companies were focused on the consumer, but I've noticed, and I'm not all of them, but a lot of companies are putting profit above everything. Even if like desaturating the quality of their product, they'll do that. And I've seen it, right, in numerous products. Where they'll reduce the quality of the product just so this way they can provide a better return on the next quarter, and it's messed up. Um, there's a few tech products, I'm not going to mention which, that has recently been done, and it's just like, seriously. Um, Patrick Dockery says the Glorious Cause is supposed to be pretty good. The War of the Revolution by Christopher Ward was a solid retweet. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that. Thank you. Richmond Falls, Confederate capital taken, President flees, Southerners in shock. Now let's take a look at this, my friends. All right. Whoa! Wasn't national morale at 90? It dropped to 68. My feet. All right, so I got 70,000 now. I want to see if this drops. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, even if they take it, that morale to get it back is gonna be really difficult. So I have 20,000 men holding Richmond. I have 23,000 men here. I'm gonna field more men here. Dude, they keep wanting me to have Hunter. I don't want Hunter. Hunter's. I'm gonna finish up in a few minutes, guys. I just want to give you a heads up because Windows is telling me it's 1:31 in the morning. It's not. I don't know how it. I mean, it works in IT. I work with Windows every day. Windows, it's 2024. Microsoft, please fix the clock in Windows, man. Like, seriously. How is it Linux, which is a free and open source operating system, can tell time better than you? Missouri. Yeah. Hey. One thing I was thinking about earlier was to have like a, you know how like you have the fourth division or fifth division stuff like that, renaming them to have like all New York division, Pennsylvania division. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I think that would be kind of sick. This is Dad's game. Yeah. All right. Dude, they keep. Is there a way I can like knock this guy out? Like certain people, like right click on it. I know they're not working on this game anymore, but thank you, thank you, Anna. Uh, a way to just be like, I don't want to use this guy anymore. Get rid of him. Like, ooh, why is he? Okay. Hey man, Reynolds is Reynolds. I'll take him. Mississippi rifles, Mississippi musket, 12-pound howitzer. Let's do another howitzer. You notice my numbers went up ever since that whole thing happened, taking the Confederate capital. All right, so how many troops is he going to have now? He'll go up to 11,000. That should be enough to quell them a little bit. I don't know. I need to do another massive recruitment just so this way I can kind of like be the aggressor at this point. Because right now, like, like you see right here, um, 70,000 to their 79,000. Still, they outnumber me, which is kind of not good. I'm surprised South Carolina's not sending anybody. Some of you guys might think that's funny, but South Carolina did send troops out to the Union. It'd be really cool to have. Ooh, Wallace. William Wallace. Let me check the weapons, because I built all that stuff. I don't know if you guys saw like an hour ago. I built all the stuff that I need to actually build rifles. Because apparently there were no factories in America and no salt plants and nothing. Apparently in 1861 we didn't have any of this. There's so much realism in this game, but then there's not. You know? Just like, um, there's no lumber factories. Like, seriously? You're telling me in 1861 there's not one lumber company in America? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh gosh. Oh crap. Okay, that's scary. So they beat me to full recruitment draft. So that's scary. And reason that is scary is because, yeah, because it's scary. They're gonna outnumber me. I mean, they already do, but they're just gonna make me look pathetic. And I have enough for not. I could fill in 35,000 men. That's basically it, because that's the amount of rifles I have left. Gosh, dude, I hate this guy. I hate him. I just want to give him a command just so this way he's never there anymore. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. They're doing draft laws now. And what? Is this a bug? Look at this. Are they swimming in the sea or something? And these guys are in taking, All right. I think I'm going to end the game here, guys, because I think my wife is going to sleep, and we have to get the kids ready to go to sleep. My son's sick too, so I got to help with him. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I did. I actually took Richmond, so that's some good stuff. Now the trick is to keep it. It's kind of like losing weight. It's kind of easy to lose the weight. Not really. Um, harder to keep it. I got 75,000 men now. That that definitely is gonna hurt them bad. So I won 4 battles. I lost 2,000 or 5,000. European relations, trade economy, 19 million. Excuse me. Oh, trade warfare. Okay. Okay. The economy, my economy is a little bit better. Shouldn't my economy be like right around here? I don't know. National morale is better. Morale of armies. Their morale is still better. Okay. So long-term views is this. I took Richmond. I don't know where the capital is now. I don't think. Does it tell me where the next capital is? 16th president of the United States. Okay. I got a lot of objectives, I guess. Capture Richmond. Yes, I did. Maintain support above 60. Break Confederate morale. Well, capture West Virginia. Okay, I guess that's probably something I need to do. Cut Confederacy in half. Ooh, okay. So we definitely need to do that. That's gonna take a lot. That's gonna take a lot of work, people. Yeah, that's not gonna be quick. Especially with he has 23,000 men. Now I could actually go to toe with this army. Yeah. So next video, I'm gonna probably figure out cross over here, come around this way, trap him and destroy him. He has the Army of Kentucky, which is really nothing, 1,700 men. Here's the trick. I'm gonna build up these armies, right? This army is going to engage any force that comes into this region. Obviously, his army is going to just keep people out, and then his army is going to hold this region here. Um, the only thing I'm concerned about in this game is why is the AI doing this? Like, why are they playing in the river? Are they like camping? Are they like, you know, is it summer and they're at like I don't know clubbing? I don't know. What's going on? And then these guys are outside of Winchester, and they have this, which basically means they're out of supply or something. disconnected from supply. So why stay there? Why have these two armies there? I mean, I could see one is routed, or maybe both routed. But if they are routed, why are they going in the middle of the river? Either way, it's a bug. It's not a good bug either. And then, so that's my campaign for this for next. And then once these ships are good, I'm gonna go back to Savannah, but with like 3 or 4 fleets, and we're just gonna pounce. I do need to probably build a monitor, but I want military too because this is gonna allow me to do enrollment act, which is gonna take another 30 days, and recruitment bounties. That's gonna take another 30 days. 30 days in this game feels like a long, long time. So I don't know. And then I need to probably do this. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, so far right now we're doing good. So we're gonna leave it like that. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Catch you in the next one. Be sure to leave any comments, any questions, any suggestions you have on how to win. Because even though I'm doing well, I was in this position in my last game, and the Confederacy wound up to have 2 times more troops than me, take Washington D.C. and just cause havoc. So the AI is challenging. So I got to make sure I don't make any mistakes because if I lose D.C., then my morale is going to drop. And honestly, I need more troops. Like, it's a problem. I need more troops. And one question I want to ask you guys: do you guys feel in this game that in Civil War II, right? And I'm going to give you some pretext. In Civil War II, the Union Army can't move on Manassas or on Richmond until these events happen or these dates happen, right? Because the Union Army is too big, right? Too powerful, and the Confederate Army in Manassas is too weak. So it would just be a quick game, right? And because there's no tactical combat, it's just it's math. Do you feel like the Confederacy in this is given kind of like additional resources to match or surpass the Union in the beginning of the game? Because honestly, I feel like look at the Civil War, 1861. The Confederates had basically half the amount of troops that the Union did. Like look at Manassas and all those early battles, right? They had about half the amount of troops. I am doing massive recruitment, right? I'm down to like I could maybe throw in a couple more brigades and I'm done. Like I am out of troops. So there is no way at this point I can have double the amount. I can maybe match them. I can match them. And that's about it. So I feel like there's something there. Let me know what you guys think. I will catch you guys in the next one and see you then.